What's up, man?
What's going on, dude?
Nothing much. Episode 10.
Episode 10. Dang.
We did it.
We made it.
We did it.
We made it.
When we hit triple digits, I'll do something crazy and shave my head.
That sounds like an idea. I think I'll join you on that one.
Yeah. To our listeners, we're bald. We're both bald. So.
Ta-da.
Man, a crazy story for you, real quick. While I was going to the gas station to get my beer, I was making like some small talk with the lady that was checking out, and she's like, "Is your name Brandon?" I was like, "No." And she's like, "You sound like someone on a podcast I listen to."
Shut up.
No, it never happened.
Yeah. No way, dude.
I've been saving that in my back pocket for like 3 days. I was like, I'm going to get Brandon with this on the podcast.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, dick move.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Sorry.
I get it.
How's your week going?
It's all right, man. It's kind of short week. I'm taking a half day Friday, so off next week, chilling, like villains. And
cool.
Yeah, nothing special this week. What about you?
Yeah, I got a half day tomorrow. I got to go back to the eye doctor. I got a cut on my eyeball.
Ooh, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up getting something in my eye. Some kind of foreign object like went under my contact and just
holy crap.
Cut it. Yeah, so going back in, getting it checked out again, so not fun.
Okay.
Yeah, but kind of a pretty big week with a lot of cool news and a lot of like depressing news.
A lot of news, lots of It's a sad day yesterday, but
it was, yeah.
Lots of info though.
To start off, what's funny, not funny, but huge news. Like we had to like, I called you. This is how crazy the week has been. I'm like, Brandon, we got to release this episode tomorrow instead of Wednesday, and you're like, well, why wouldn't we release tomorrow? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's Tuesday. We would release tomorrow. I was like, all right, well, we got to release now because they just announced Superman and Lois Lane for Superman Legacy. And, lo and behold, our topic was literally the fall of the DCU and moving forward. Mm-hmm. DCEU.
Yeah.
Which is now the DCU.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so...
District of Columbia Comics.
Dude, I think
Universal.
I'm going to butcher both their last names.
Oh, dude, I'd even try. I even looked it up. Really. Oh, I know the names. I just never even tried either.
Dude, I cannot figure out Lois Lane's last name because I don't know it. Rachel. I was like, I don't know it. Rachel. And I've heard people say it, and I still, dude, I'm just butchering it. But looked at her work. And she seems like a good choice. She's got definitely the look for it. And then another last name I might butcher, but he's unknown. David Cornswet.
Yeah,
my boss says Cornswet, like like wet corn. And I'm like, I was like, I don't know, but dude looks the part. 6'4", so he's gonna be a rather large Superman, tall Superman. But yeah, it was exciting news, and you know what? It was really exciting, and it's something I touched on in the last episode. A lot of upset people because of Zack Snyder and the DCEU being replaced, and I'm just hoping like we said, we were disappointed it didn't work out. We loved Henry.
I did.
Yeah,
both of us.
And it just kind of takes a lot of wind out of the sails. Like, man, guys, like. Let's just move on. I'm pretty sure Henry moved on, along with all the other actors. It's a bummer it happened, but to like be this peak pissed off is pretty crazy. It's pretty wild, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I know it is. I get it. It's sad, and not much you can do. It's just move on.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but to take the, what you had sent me, what the Superman actor Tyler said for Superman Lois. I'll quote him real quick. He says, "I'm sure he's gonna be a phenomenal." That's what he said means, be a phenomenal Superman. I'm a big James Gunn fan, and so I'm excited to see what he does with it. I'm happy he's over at DC, and whoever they get, I'm sure will do a phenomenal job. And
Yeah.
this is a dude that's playing Superman now, and almost lost his job with everything being taken over. Thankfully, it got Superman and Lois got renewed for season 4. So
That's just
they,
weird, ain't it? Though the rest of the CW got canked. So
mm-hmm.
what? Why keep them around?
I think because it's doing so well. Like
It's weird,
it's doing
and it
fairly
is.
well.
I actually love it. I still
Yeah,
watch it today, and
it's doing fairly well, and it's fairly new. It's still new. It's only a couple years old. I mean, by the time like the Flash has been around for what, almost 10 years or so. I don't even know off the top of my
yeah,
head.
2013, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think, I don't know, maybe they found it was a good spot to end, and because David Cornswet isn't Superman in the movies, he's gonna be Superman in shows, and he's gonna be Superman in the video games. Like these actors are gonna be doing everything
Yeah.
across all media, and I'm wondering, maybe they just keep Superman and Lois off to the side, use
Very well
that,
could be.
and then connect everything else that it's kind of a copy of Marvel, but why wouldn't you copy Marvel when it's slated for success
So
and
well.
so much? Yeah, the Marvel of today isn't
Yeah.
the Marvel before Endgame, but we'll see. I mean, there's a ton of fans that's going to carry that franchise. Hopefully, it gets a little better, but no, it was cool. So we got a Superman, we have our Lois, and we're still quote miles and miles away, end quote, from getting our Batman for Brave and the Bold. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
They were already shooting out. I was just chiming in on people saying like, "Who's your Jimmy Olsen?" You know.
Yeah.
It's like going through. I was like, "Oh, who would Jimmy Olsen be?" You know. So I was like, "That's another character, right? You gotta put in
You kind
perspective."
of go anywhere with that one, like anywhere, you know.
But there's so many. I mean, we're getting a whole new lineup, right? It's
Yeah.
a whole new universe.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
lots and lots of characters to come.
Yeah. You got Perry White to do.
Perry White too, exactly.
There's gonna be a ton of news, and it's gonna be really cool. I'm hoping the suit gets. I don't know. If we
actually,
get a suit.
James Gunn has already said that he's been toying with designs of the suit.
Yeah, tons and tons of concepts.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I hope they get it right because Henry Cavill's was spot on.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was
looking.
awesome.
Lots of detail.
Yeah.
A ton of detail.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they got a lot to live up to, but I'm sure he can do it. So
yeah,
keep a
And then
positive mindset.
Yeah, then some depressing news. Brandon and I are college football fans, big Michigan Wolverine fans. Sorry, Ohio State fans. But bad news. Ryan Mallett, he played a year before he transferred to Arkansas. Drowned in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I don't know what happened. I'm assuming some kind of riptide.
Yep, there's I guess a few people were struggling, and I don't know if it was like Coast Guard or lifeguards were at the scene, and riptide took it. And there's such a dangerous things, and
yeah,
being in the Marine Corps, you being stationed on the ocean, that you go through training for that kind of stuff, and you can identify them off the beach, and people don't know.
Yeah.
And they're screwed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Last time I was in Florida, we were on vacation, and we couldn't go in the ocean. Red flag day. So we went to the beach, and we were just spending time on the beach before we drove home. And these people are going in. Like, they're saying, not even knee above, do not touch the water. Lifeguard is running back and forth. I mean, you could see this. The waves come in and pull. I mean, you could see the pull back into the water. And I'm like, you fucking idiots. Like, this girl is 110 pounds. And I'm like, I'm going to watch some fucking idiot get sucked in. And lo and behold, I had to drive home. So I went back to our friend's hotel room to sleep. And I get a text message. They had to pull someone out. Some idiot went knee deep. Ended up falling down, sucked right in, gone.
Wow.
And that little 110-pound girl grabbed her. Apparently, she couldn't bring him in. So another lifeguard was running down the beach, had to jump in, and two people had to carry this guy. And I'm like, You guys just don't get it, dude. The ocean is something you do not mess around with
No,
at
no,
all.
it's unforgiving.
Yeah, very unforgiving. So, real quick, Brandon, we'll switch it up. Rest in peace, Ryan Mallett.
Yep,
That's a huge bummer, big bummer.
unbelievable.
Yeah, 35. Oof. So, but yeah, we'll switch it up. We'll lighten this little episode up, and I'll ask you, Brandon, what you drinking?
So I didn't get a beer today.
Mm.
Thought I'd go with something else. Got a nice big tall glass of vodka lemonade.
Nice.
So
you know what's
you
crazy?
know,
I almost went for an Arnold Palmer. I was like, man, that looks really good. And but I decided, I don't know why I had to grab 2 beers because I dropped this fucker. But I've never had it before. So Foster's.
Oh, I've had that many times.
Foster's.
Yes.
Australian for beer.
Beer.
Greatest
Australian
fucking commercials they had. They had the greatest.
Right? Everybody knows it. It's one of those things where you hear it so much, you could just recite it.
Yeah. Like that one commercial where they're at a wedding and the one guy couldn't reach deep into the trough to get a beer, and the girl walks up, or the bride walks up and goes head first and pulls him out a beer. It's like, keeper.
Yeah. They had another one. I can't remember the story of it, but his devotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna crack this.
Oh, good.
Dude, I dropped
it's a wide mouth can too, huh?
Yeah, I dropped this, so I'm opening this thing very, very cautiously. I can feel the tightness. Yeah. Oh, I'm over.
Whoa.
There we go. All right, first time Foster's. Why not?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I think it's good, but I like a lot of beer, so.
It is good. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not a huge lager fan, but very good still.
Oh, I love those lagers, baby.
And then just in case I pass that one down, I had what is this guy? Brew Free, 21st Amendment Brewery. Blood Orange IPA.
Yeah, I haven't had that, but I've had some beers by 21st Amendment.
Yeah, if I feel like it, I'll probably crack into that one, but we'll see how this episode goes.
There you go.
Yeah. So, moving forward, we were gonna talk about this before you and I both saw The Flash, but the Turtles.
Yep.
Been around for quite some time. The new movie's coming out, and we want to talk about. We're gonna go through a lot, but one of the greatest fucking stories that finally gets a lot of the fans that have been fans before. I mean, they started in 1984, so fans are growing up, and there's just new waves of fans over and over again. But I kind of feel the Turtles forget the fans that grow up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But a comic called The Last Ronin come out, and that hit home for a lot of people.
It hit the older crowd, right?
The older crowd.
The old school crowd, you know.
Man, when it comes to the Turtles.
The originals.
It's like they're like neglected. You know, and it's I don't know why they don't do that. We'll get into it more, but like, you know, comic books, you know, a lot of people when they think, oh, comic books, you know, you're dork read Superman, blah blah. Like, no, some of these stories are pretty freaking dark.
Yeah.
And pretty
there's
intense.
swearing, there's
there's
graphics, it's everything.
Yeah, and I think a lot
Stories,
of the
right?
mainstream Turtle stuff just does not do that anymore. So,
no.
Quick history in case nobody knows what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are. It began as a comic book.
There's the guy who just turned it up and was like, oh shit, good.
Yeah. It began in 1984 as a comic book, and it was a dark comic book.
Very dark.
Yeah, these guys had zero chill at all. And yeah, it was a dark comic. And someone at Playmates Toys saw them as sellable. So they sold the toys rights to Playmates Toys. And between 1988 and 1992, they sold $1.1 billion in toys alone. And I had a shit ton of them.
Oh, I did too.
A shit ton.
I did too. I actually list a bunch of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
these are the ones I remember too. I probably have more. I don't know.
yeah, I believe it. So with the toys came the first animated season of the Turtle cartoon, and it was very kiddish, and it was right up. All these kids who got the toys, it was right up their alley. I think it started in like '87.
87. Yep.
Yeah, and that was like the turtle. Like that was the Turtles for a while for a lot of people.
87 to 96 actually.
So it lasted all the way to
Yeah.
'96.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then some of the controversy happened. So the cartoon came out in '87. In 1990, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie comes out. And I'm pretty sure a lot of parents were like, whoa, because it was a dark movie. Jim Henson, who made the suits and stuff, he said he would have never done it if he knew how violent it was. I mean, the first scene, I lost a sigh, and it echoes in New York City. Damn, and Raphael's pissed.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy shit!
Just made me so happy.
I guess we should back it up for anyone living under a stone. The four turtles are Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, all trained by Master Splinter. Turned to turtles.
They're all named after Italian people.
Yeah, artists.
Artists.
Yeah, the artists. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, dude, that movie was really sweet, but it was really dark, and I'll dare to say, still to this day, I mean, 33 years, I think it's still the best movie.
Out of everything that's came out.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's been quite a bit. Well, yeah, it's the first live action introduction.
Yeah.
To the Turtles,
and it holds as you get older too. It's not too childish.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
can say childish.
Like I said,
because
like a lot of
the
parents,
ones that came out later on, I know Nickelodeon did a bunch of. They did like a series, and I think they did a movie as well, but that was like kiddish. It was all kids.
Yeah, and then a lot of parents complained. Get this, a lot of parents complained about the '90 movie because they used their weapons. Mm-hmm. So if you notice, if you ever go back and rewatch this, if your kids are interested in Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, they did not use their weapons ever. The whole movie.
No way. I guess I really didn't notice that.
They never used their weapons because so many parents complained. And in the opening scene, if you notice, they were using like yo-yos and shit. So, still a pretty cool movie. I knew all the dance moves. I regretfully, admit that. But Ninja Rap, go Ninja, go, dude!
Oh my god!
I still have the video, the Vanilla Ice video. Knew every dance, and I don't know. I might still. Awesome. I don't know. But Tonka and Razar were pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Those were cool characters. I was still bummed they weren't Bebop and Rocksteady.
No, it wouldn't have been like a costume issue because they were done pretty crazy. Yeah. So it definitely wasn't a costume issue.
No, it was just, I don't know. I have no idea why they didn't do it.
Yeah, why not them? Bebop and Rocksteady would be way before those two. So
I have no clue. Super Shredder, remember at the end? That shit was
God, just fucking stacked.
It was just very disappointing how he just literally killed himself by a dock. Like, that's how Super Shredder goes out, as a dock. Like, fuck.
It could have been a little better.
Yeah. And then they never made a third one.
They made a third one.
Shut the fuck up. They never made a third one. I don't want to talk about this movie.
Dude, I was like, what? Hold on. I was like so confused. I was like, no, dude.
Even as a kid, I was like, fuck this movie. They look stupid.
Hey, man. They travel back in time, yo.
Yeah.
All
right. The costumes looked odd. The jokes were flattered and shit. I was like,
oh no. Yeah, they lost momentum. They didn't need to do a third one. If they did, they should have stayed in New York and probably brought Bebop and Rocksteady in, man.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah. That was. Oh God.
Oh, man.
But then they kind of hit a little bit of a hiatus. They had a little stint in 97, 98 with Ninja Turtles and Next Mutation. I don't know anything about it. I never watched it.
No.
I remember there was like a fucking girl turtle or some shit that came about, and I was like, I don't know, 97, 98, I was 9, I don't know, just it just breezed by me.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special though.
Yeah, and then here we go, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the show came out. Wasn't too bad. I didn't really watch it. 2003 to 2010. Watch it like here and there, I guess, just to kind of like check it out for nostalgia purposes. But it didn't seem too bad. It was pretty highly rated. Whatever. And then they finally come out with their movie, with a feature length movie, TMNT, in 2007. And I remember my buddy Jay Wan was like, "Dude, you have to see it." That's exactly how he talks. He goes, "You gotta see this movie." And I was like, "All right, dude, I'll come out and see it with you." And he is so amped. Like, it was a cartoon. It was
but it had a decent graphics, so it wasn't. Yeah, it was like that
3D Pixar-ish,
whatever.
Pretty cool. A lot of cool elements in it. I would say it was the best movie since the original one. Raphael was like a what's the word I'm looking for? Vigilante.
Yeah.
And dude, that fight between him and Leonardo was nuts. Like, dude, it was a kids movie, and I was sitting there like, damn, it's like, holy shit! Like, it was a cool movie.
That did all right too. It wasn't like
no, it did.
Well, that did better than the second and third movies. Obviously, third.
Yeah.
The original, and then I think even the ones in the future too. The Megan Fox movies, Michael Bay movies. I think I'm pretty sure it did better than those ones.
Probably. Yeah, we'll get to those things in a second. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 2012 to 2017. So this one like interlapped with the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, like, I always check in. Like, I wasn't really into this one, but I always check in. It's my it's childhood, and want to check it out. And dude, the animation was horrible. For me, they changed some stuff. Like, it was like an alien substance instead of the ooze, in a lab. It was okay for what I saw. Wasn't too.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at it now. I think I've watched maybe a couple.
The animation looked like they were made out of blocks. It was kind of weak. It was weak looking.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, I can imagine only the Turtle fans like yelling at us right now.
Yeah,
but,
it is blocks actually.
Yeah. So then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie comes out 2014. Michael Bay takes over, and I was immediately like, fuck.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
So I watched this, and I remember telling my Uncle T, I was like, this fucking movie is the Amazing Spider-Man. They're shooting a fucking beam in the sky to turn people into whatever. And I was, it was such a mess. The Shredder was wrong.
One thing I hated about those two movies is their shells weren't attached. Like, it almost looked like body armor.
Yeah.
So
they were
the front part of the shell was not attached to the back part of the shell, and it looked so stupid. Yeah, it was really tall. They were just huge. Really weird. It was really weird.
They were huge,
and they tried way too hard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they fucking killed people. I think, like, dude, they were throwing people into like moving subways and shit.
Yeah,
but the personalities I thought were spot on. I thought they did a good job with the personalities. Like, they felt like the Turtles. They felt like the Turtles. That's all I say.
Yeah.
I think they captured the spirit and the character of it, but the movie was just.
Yeah, Mikey had like the shell necklace on. Remember, he had that shell necklace on and shit.
Yeah,
like, he was like the kind of like, say, hang ten, bro.
Yeah,
the surfer mentality and whatnot. But the ruggedness too. I loved like their masks were kind of like rigid and stuff. Like they just ripped it off and just put it on.
Yeah.
So
it had cool. It had some cool stuff. It wasn't like nightmarish. But
Super Shredder.
It was just that Shredder was fucking ridiculous. Like, it was so over the top.
Holy shit! That's just a transformer.
Yeah, it's like fring. Like, even in the trailer, I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Michael Bay couldn't resist. That's what it was. I'm just gonna put a transformer in here real quick. It'll be all right. That'll be alright.
Yeah. But then they make a sequel, and finally, like, Bebop and Rocksteady. What was it called? Like, Out of the Shadows or something like that?
Out of the Shadows, yep.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
was also...
It was okay.
It was a tough one for me to swallow.
The best one I do.
A lot of fan service.
Yeah.
That didn't really
Casey Jones was introduced.
didn't do much for me. Yeah, Casey Jones, they missed on that one. Dear Lord. That was so bad.
Stephen Amell, he's Green Arrow in the Arrowverse. He's Casey Jones. So.
Yeah, I honestly feel like it was a miscast, but I don't know. It missed for me. It
was one of those things where you just watch it and you're like, just like Ninja Turtles.
Easily forgettable.
Watch it.
Yeah, like super easily forgettable. But what can you do? And then I guess what would be the next movie is what's coming out here in the future is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem by Seth Rogen. Possibly the most annoying fucking person to ever walk this earth. God. I
think it's gonna do good though. Did you see all the recent posters?
Yeah, the character posters.
Yeah, I just posted that the other day on Twitter.
Yeah.
And,
see, this is what
some of the characters look pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like what I'm talking about though is like each movie just feels like they're getting younger and younger.
Well, the thing is,
and younger.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This will be the first movie we actually see them as teenagers.
Yeah.
You know, seriously.
Yeah. It looks.
And the other ones are adults.
Yeah, it looks like a ton of fan service in this. They're bringing all the, they're bringing a lot of villains and.
They're bringing.
I wouldn't call them villains, but other people affected by ooze and
Yeah,
all that
so
stuff.
they're all the other heroes, right? They got what the hell's his name? Mondo Gecko. He was Paul Rudd, and he's one of the Turtles allies. There's another one. Can't think of it now, but I think there's another one. But yeah, big names too. Through this whole movie, Paul Rudd, Ice Cube, John Cena, who else was in it? Jackie Chan,
as Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie Chan, Splinter.
Or Shredder, Jesus, Splinter. Yeah, sorry, brain fart right there, dude. I can
Who
imagine
else
people
was
fucking
it?
screaming.
I'm trying to think. There was another one too.
That.
I remembered. Damn it, I can't think of it.
There's a Baxter Stockman's in it, right?
Yep, Baxter's in it. God dang it! I thought there was one more big name. Can't think of it. I mean, obviously, everyone knows like some of these people. I randomly looked at them and I didn't really know a lot of them, but
yeah,
big names, of course. You know.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of fan service in it.
I
mean, it'd be pretty cool for a lot of us like dads to take our kids to it. And be like, oh shit, I had his toy.
Yeah.
It's
my kids are already excited, super excited.
Yeah. So yeah, another hope to have a more grown up turtle movie is kind of dashed for a while, and that's okay. I can can't have my cake and eat it too, I guess.
I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking boycott it or anything. Looking at you, DC fans, get your fucking shit together. God. And it's so funny. Like, I don't want to piss anybody off, but I'm like, dude, I'm sitting here with the most toxic fucking fan base I've ever seen in my life. But either way. But, it'd be cool. Like, dude, do you remember the Turtle video games?
I do.
The
arcade?
Nintendo one? Well, let's go back to Nintendo.
Okay.
How do you sell that to children? That is the hardest fucking game ever.
You talk about the 2D one?
Yes. When you
do
all
and
flips.
all you do is flips the whole time?
Yes.
Remember Leo throw out his swords when he does the flips?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Dude, I remember.
Even Donnie used to do the same thing with his bow.
The bow, you can actually get them from up top and below.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember, I watched, remember Angry Video Game Nerd?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I remember watching one of his episodes on that, and dude, I had like a flashback to a point in the game where you're on a ledge and there's a gap, and you have to jump across this ledge, and you jump so high you hit the ceiling, you drop down, and you keep dying. And he's like, "You motherfucker!" He's getting all mad.
Oh, dude.
And then he goes, "All right,
so
I think I got to figure it out." And all you had to do was walk across it, and the turtle would do a little hop, and he goes, "Walk across it? You didn't have to jump." And he just goes on this incredible swearing rant, and I remember that. Dude, as a kid, I was like, this game is fucking impossible.
I'm almost positive I've seen that one, too.
Remember being underwater and you couldn't touch the coral or anything, and then you had to swim to get the fucking...
Yeah. And they swam, like, all weird, like, sideways looking.
Yeah, you had to get the oxygen tanks and shit. I actually posted a picture on our page, and I was like, dude, awesome. That... Like, I saw the picture and immediately got pissed off. I was like, fuck
that
this.
was so cool.
Yeah.
All the Mausers
it was a cool
around.
game. God damn, was that game hard. Man. That game was hard.
Yeah, I used to have that. I did.
Yeah, but to you, the arcade game, going to the arcade and playing that. Dude.
The 4-player, and you all jump on there.
Fucking
yes, dude.
Awesome.
Yes.
That was a perfect turtle game. That was a perfect game.
I'll never forget. We went to Caesar Land, and they had that. I was there for someone's birthday party, and I swear to God, we never even went in the tunnels or anything. We were on that arcade the entire time. I'm pretty sure there's people behind us.
Oh yeah,
but we just popping in the quarters.
Yeah,
it was so much fun.
Yes, hell yeah, that game was amazing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, was fucking fantastic. That was so much fun. And then Sega had one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist.
Similar to the arcade.
Yes.
And it was again, another one, yes.
As a kid, played the shit out of it.
Uh-huh.
God, was that game so fun.
God.
I like, when we were talking about it, I'm like, man, I should probably mention the games. And I started getting, like, chills.
Yeah.
Like, being a kid and playing that game. And, like, remember, like, in Turtle games, it was like this across the board forever. When you finally were about to beat the boss and they started flashing.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, shit, I'm so close.
Yeah,
and your health bar is all low and shit. Like, I'm going to get him. Yeah.
What a game, dude.
Dude, god dang, were we spoiled
kids?
That's
all they made, too. They didn't make anything else after that. I mean, it was good. I mean, great, I think the Sega one was the last one they made.
I'm not. There's quite a few games because they just released the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. God,
well, maybe now.
Teenage Mutant, the Cowabunga collection, and it has a ton of games on it. And they just might be ones that like kind of like slid through. You know, we didn't play them, but yeah, there's a ton of.
Maybe I just never remember. I don't remember them 100% then.
Yeah. Okay. Assembles 13 classic TMNT games by Konami.
Holy moly.
The collection provides a unique opportunity for gamers to experience these immensely popular, very influential games. Oh, here we go. Here's the list. I should try. Okay, I'm gonna Ace Ventura this. I'm gonna try to Ace Ventura this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time Arcade, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist, best one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Follow the Foot Clan. Game Boy.
Oh, they had a Game Boy one. That's a Game Boy one. I just remembered that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Back from the Sewers, Game Boy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Radical Rescue, Game Boy.
Damn, it was just like the Nintendo one, too. It was 2D. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, listen, all you young fucks. We had this thing called a Game Boy. No color.
God.
No color.
Green.
Had to have
green and gray.
perfect fucking lighting to see this bitch. Any light in the room, couldn't see it. You lost a life. And you know what? These old games, you lose 3 times,
God, dude.
You're starting all the way the fuck over.
Yeah, there is no saving.
All the way.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot about the Game Boy one. Right when you said that, I was like, that's Game Boy.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah, that shit
Holy
is
shit.
hilarious. Dude,
Oh
it
my
was
god.
so. God, was that fucking
God,
so
those
hard.
Game Boys are like a fucking brick
Dude,
too.
I think
Remember how
I
big
think.
they were with a small ass screen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn,
I remember
dude.
they had to sell a fucking light for it.
Yeah, yeah. You can put it on the side.
Yeah, and then Game Boy Color came out. We're like, this
Game
is
was
the future.
blown me away.
Yeah.
I remember trying to. I had Pokemon. I was playing it on when Nintendo 64 came out with Pokemon Stadium, and then you had to buy this ridiculous freaking thing just to connect everything together. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to play like 3D on Nintendo 64, and it wasn't even like that, dude. It
Oh,
was strictly like Game Boy on a big screen, though. It was a pain in the ass, but still cool.
that's crazy.
God, man.
Game Boys were fucking ridiculous. God.
Uh,
God, they were so. That shit was so hard.
I remember playing Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy, and it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they weren't even. It
Cool.
wasn't even fun.
No, I was like, I think I just hit him. Oh
Yeah.
no, no, I died. Ah, damn it! What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
God.
cool. That was so cool.
Man, is that? Yeah. That shit is. That's some fun stuff right there. That was fun to talk
Yeah.
about. So, yeah, like what we talked about, the turtles in the mainstream, I guess,
Mm.
never really grew much. And guys, we know we missed a ton of like TV movies and yada yada yada, like Turtles and Batman. There was a crossover with that. I don't know
Oh,
if you
wow.
ever saw it.
No.
That was really cool. That was something to check out. That was some cool stuff right there.
Mm.
But no, there was a lot of cool stuff. But
The toys were so cool too.
did you know they
I mean,
redistributed the old toys?
no way.
Yeah, I was walking through Meijer and I stopped. I always go in the toy section for the kids, in case there's something cool and we can get for a birthday party. And I stopped and I was like, what the fuck did I just see? And I looked and they were all the toys we grew up with.
No way.
And I'm like, dang. And I was like, do I
Dang,
spend
right.
$100 and get a divorce
Yeah.
and, just have
Dude.
these as a collection? Or
I remember having. Did you have the Turtle Com? Do you remember the Turtle
no,
Com?
but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh god, that thing was so cool. You open it up and you're like, yeah. There's
was a
obviously on the other
shell,
side.
right?
It was like a Morse code type little toy, dude.
Yeah.
But it was so cool.
No, I remember
Thought-
the first
thought I was it.
the first time I stopped trusting people ever was in first grade, and someone stole my Donatello turtle that you could change. Remember they were turtles.
Oh, you can
and
change
you
it.
Open the shell and
Yes.
folded everybody out.
Yes.
It was someone stole that fucker, and that was the time I was like, I don't like people. That was the first
Ah.
time I was like, the human race has let me down. I'm in first grade.
Wow.
Trust no one.
Wow. Yeah, the cool thing about all the action figures they had is like, yeah, there's 4 turtles, but they had so many themes.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, dude. I had my favorite one out of all of them was the special op one, where they're all in like camo and stuff.
Yeah.
And they had Kevlars on.
Dude, they had the
That
sport.
was so sweet.
Remember the sport ones?
Yeah, they're like football players and
Yeah,
stuff.
Raphael, I think was the baseball player. I can't remember off the
Yeah.
bat.
Yeah, they're all different.
Remember the blue jet ski and it had the snakes in the center? God, I'll
think
have to
so.
find it. It was like a jet
Okay.
ski. Dude, there were so
Yeah.
many toys. I had the Technodrome that opened up.
Yes, I remember. I didn't have that one, but I do remember
Yeah.
that.
The turtle
Yeah.
van.
I had the turtle van.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was dope.
I think everybody had that damn thing. Or I had the pizza playset one. Where
Yeah,
It was like it was like the pizza shop or whatever.
yeah.
That was cool.
I
What was
there
it,
was
Pizza
one time
Wars?
I was
Pizza
20,
Wars maybe.
I think I was 25 years old. I moved in with my grandma because my grandpa was really sick and I was going back to school. So I moved to the east side. You were in South Carolina or North Carolina. North Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina. And I moved over there, went to school, and I helped my grandma take care of my grandpa. And I lived downstairs, and all my uncle's turtle toys were down there, and I found them,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm gonna open this thing up and see what he's got. Dude, I'm like looking at him, like just having like a nostalgia trip, putting them all out. I was like, this is pretty
Yes.
fucking cool.
Yeah. Remember the big like pillow type turtles they had. It was just their arms would stick out like this.
Yeah, like they had
Yeah.
the wrestling.
Yeah, the rest
kind.
just like the wrestling ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
I had all 4 of those.
dude, I had the
That was
sheets.
sweet. I
My,
had everything.
my
Dude.
first baseball glove ever was a Raphael like plastic mitt.
Nice.
I had the
Nice.
mask. I had a mask. God, I had
They
everything.
had
I
everything.
had so much shit.
Like I said about the action figures, dude. They had, like you said, they had the sports ones. They had firefighters. They had cowboys. They
yeah,
had, I think there's pilots. There's punk rockers.
yeah. They had them
The
as
samurai set, obviously.
they had them in
they
their
had
disguise
so
with
many.
the trench coats and the top hats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the gray trench coats.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
dude, it was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
This shit wasn't even
So
just
many.
shows and movies. This shit was
So
a
many,
movement.
dude.
I mean,
So
Turtles in the 80s and early 90s was their peak their peak fucking popularity, and it was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think what took a lot of wind out of their sails was the Power Rangers. When the Power Rangers came out,
Oh yeah.
I think
Dude, that was like
when
what,
Turtles took a
93,
dip.
92, 93-ish probably.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
for
reading
sure.
right here. Fucking Post Malone is in the new Turtles movie.
Yes, he is.
Ray Fillet.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of though.
Yeah, Ray.
There's another big actor in it. I can't think of who that is though.
Yeah,
Huge actor.
yeah. But yeah, so moving on, like what I was saying, like we just talked about kid shit forever.
Yeah.
The Turtles, I mean, unless you read the comics, necessarily never
Mm.
grew with the fans, as a lot of other franchises did. Marvel sort of did, DC did, especially with their comics and their movies and some of their shows. Dealt with darker themes and older themes, but then they had the other side that was kind of more for children and stuff. Turtles necessarily didn't have that, like, at all. Every now and then, so they released a comic recently, a comic book series, a short series called The Last Ronin.
Yes.
Wild, dude. It was like nothing anyone's ever seen. We'll just go through a quick summary.
Going old school on it too now.
Yeah,
Back to the original.
they went old school. It is violent. It is brutal. Every turtle is dead, and Michelangelo is the last one. So I guess we can go through the story if you want to go back and forth on this one. We got that rundown. So the first one to go is Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? I guess there was a truce between the Foot Clan and the Turtles, and the truce is broken. And this is the comic book starts off kind of in the past. The truce is broken. They break in and they just beat the shit out of Splinter. And Raphael, being the nut job he is, hot-headed. I'm going to call him nut job, but he's very hot-headed. He just goes on a...
Very hot-headed. That's what you say.
Yeah. Blaze of glory. Goes to the Foot Clan and starts taking out everyone. Just took them on in a fit of rage. He's getting nailed with arrows, spears, throwing stars. I mean, kills everybody. And then the Shredder's daughter, Karai? Karai? Yeah, her name's Karai.
Yes. Yeah, because that'd be... Yes.
Yeah, it's a
that's
daughter.
right.
So they get on it one-on-one, and they're getting at it. And what happens is, as they fight, they end up falling into the water, and they're both going down. And Raphael delivers a stab to her back, and just as that's happening, she stabs him up through the jaw, and ends up killing him. And he ends up dying. And Karai, unfortunately, does not die and goes into a coma. So that's one turtle down.
Deep a coma.
Dude, that was brutal. You want to take the next Leo and Casey?
Leo, yeah. So pretty much after that, Splinter, Donatello head to Japan to meet who'd they meet over there? Damn it. I remember them going to Japan.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was another samurai group outside of the Foot Clan.
God, I can't remember who it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of the other whatever the other I'm blanking out right now.
Clan.
Like you said.
Yeah, it's a clan. Yeah.
But so as soon as they take off, Leo and Casey April and Michelangelo, they all get ambushed by Baxter Stockman's um, shit. I
They
can't
call
think
them
of what it is.
robots, but they're
Yeah,
mousers.
but they're not. There's not robot. Yeah, I was gonna say they're
Mousers.
not freaking robots or Mausers. And then so basically they're after Honeycutt, right? That
Mm.
was the robot with all the basically the
Knowledge.
info, right? Yeah, he knew everything, and Baxter was trying to destroy him because he knew that he had everything to destroy everything,
Mm-hmm.
and as they continued to increase against the Hermoto. That's what I was trying to think of, the
Yeah.
clan,
Okay.
Hermoto clan. Leo and Casey attempt to hold down the fort while April and Honeycutt got to safety, and of course Honeycutt refused to be taken alive and then threatened to self-destruct
Mm-hmm.
and to keep himself out of Stockton's hands, basically. And Stockman called his bluff, and well, there he goes. He blew up and set off the spider, or he basically just killed everything. Like he blew up, and
Yeah.
Casey and Leo were killed in the explosion, while Honeycutt was left as a just a head.
Yeah.
And April lost an arm and a leg
Oof.
trying to get away, and
And Mikey was
yeah,
assumed dead also.
yeah, Mikey was assumed dead on that whole thing, but yeah, that's how Leo and Casey Jones dies. So that was
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. The Don and Splinter, Donatello and Splinter, they go out and get ambushed and
Mm-hmm.
take out as many as they possibly can, and they meet their fate. Mikey's not. Mikey's absent because
Yeah.
they assume they died in. They assumed Mikey died in the explosion, and Mikey assumed. I think if I have this right, Mikey assumed that everyone's dead already,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
he finds out later that not true. Um,
Yeah.
and Donatello and Splinter, unfortunately, meet their fate. So now, I mean, gosh, there was a lot. Um, they go to Japan. They find out. They want to find out why the treaty was broken. They have no idea what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and it turned out to be a trap. As they were kind of prepared for it. Um, and dude, Splinter was nuts, dude. He was like taking heads off. Donatello was like impaling them with with like his staff through their face. Like it was nuts. But archers started just firing down on them, and just one by one by one, Donatello tried to protect Splinter and took him down. And then the second round took down Splinter, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. So Michelangelo ends up being the last one. And dude, that's brutal because everyone thinks of Michelangelo that he's like the
Chill. Well, he's the youngest out of
he's the
all four of them
youngest, he's
too.
the humor,
Yeah.
he's a funny one. Like I assumed,
Yeah.
like a lot of people were really assuming that it would be Leonardo or
I said
Raphael.
9 people out of 10 or
Yeah,
thought it was Raph.
yeah, would be the ones, and to kill Raph off immediately, you're like, okay, it's got to be Donatello. Then
Mm.
or excuse me, then it has to be
Leonardo.
Leonardo because
Yeah.
Leonardo's like, oh, the leader, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, fucking dead. So Mikey, probably the most like innocent, jokey, loving, pizza loving like character that you would never assume would ever be the last one standing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crazy, huh?
You know, you can't help but to think of like Four Brothers. You know,
Yeah.
when when the dude gets hit with a snowball, it's like, oh, you fucker, and then gets wiped out. Dude,
Good
that's
movie.
Michelangelo. You'd think like something like
Yeah.
that would happen. So the writers did a really good job to be like, shit, you feel really bad for Michelangelo because like I think like as characters like all the other three could handle it. You know what I mean? They could handle it. They
Mm-hmm.
could do. They could be on their own.
Yeah. But
Not
Mikey on his
Mikey.
own, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he ends up going to the mountains, right?
Yeah. This is like the future.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, time ends up. They end up in the future.
oh, it
Future
went
present.
like 15, 20 years went by or something.
I think it was
like
a
that.
while. It was a good time jump.
Yeah, it was a good amount.
From what was going on, and what you don't know is a lot of the other mutants are dead. Also, Bebop and Rocksteady are dead,
Yeah,
but
they're
it's
all
all off
wiped out.
screen. You
Mm.
don't necessarily know what really happened, and so now the grandson of the Shredder took over, and he's actually taking care of his mom, Karai, who's been in a coma this whole time since she fought Raph.
Yeah.
And
Crazy. All that whole time, right?
yeah,
Sitting
and
in
I
a
think
coma.
like Manhattan's like taken over by like Baxter Stockman and his software,
Yeah.
right? So it's kind of like a dark future,
Mm-hmm.
policed by robots and yeah,
Just junk.
yeah, it's awful. So, um, off the top of my head, Casey Jr. Casey Jones and April's child.
It's and this girl.
Yeah.
She's oh, and then yeah. So when Mikey goes into the mountains, he ends up basically collapsing and lays there waiting to die. That's basically what he wanted to do is just
Mm-hmm.
be done. Well, unfortunately, his mutation kept him alive, right?
All right.
So he just sat there waiting to die, and it was never going to come. But in this time, he actually finds himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he starts hearing all his brother's voices, Master Splinter's voices, and there he goes off looking for Splinter's whatever that master book or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
So and he finds the answers eventually, and he masters himself in every form of martial arts there was. He takes time and meditates, soaks all the energy in, and becomes peace with everything. And then that's when he goes back
Okay.
and to
To the
fight.
yeah, to take back over.
Yeah.
If I remember right, Honeycutt self destructs to kill Baxter Stockman. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that is right.
Yeah, in the battle. Can't remember what happened to Casey Jr. But I know
Well, she was so. I think when Mikey came back, it was her. Was it Casey? That was her name. I think it was Casey.
Yeah, Casey Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those two, and I'm not sure if April helped because I know she was like obviously in op, she's missing a leg and arm.
Right.
But, God, and then they went back. They went and to kill him, right?
Yeah, they needed to upload a virus to
Yeah,
destroy
that's what
all
it was.
the...
It was because they still had Honeycutt's head.
Yeah.
That's what it was,
Yeah.
and he needed to get into this huge ass compound that had shit ton of Mausers all over the place, and they needed to upload that virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the craziest things that you see is Karai's in the coma.
Yeah.
And
On that big,
Hiroto is
bed.
like in an advanced like shredder
Yeah.
suit, and he's like, Mikey ends up inside, and he confronts him, and he pretty much like, you think I give a fuck about my mother? And he gets his shredder claws out and busts right through that
Right
machine
through
that's
it,
keeping
yeah.
her alive,
Everyone's like,
kills her
"Whoa."
instantly, and it's like, bro, holy shit! Like, he made his grandpa, who was the shredder, look like a puss. Like, dude, it was intense. I was like, this is nuts. Like, he just put...
Then he went and took Mikey on, too.
Yeah, dude, they went on a hell of a fight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
beating the hell out of each other. And they end up in the muck outside of the plant. And they're just beating the hell out of each other.
Wow.
And,
yeah, well,
yeah.
Hiroto's armor. Remember, he had all that armor on. It was like a T-1000 type armor.
Yeah,
because it would regenerate itself, and eventually Mikey found a flaw in the armor, and that's where he was able to finally attack. And
yeah, didn't
put some
Hiroto
damage
like
on
he
him.
tried to kill himself through like some like electrical shock or some shit?
Yeah, I think so.
Ends up dying in a fucking shit puddle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he had that coming. But yeah, like Michelangelo is surviving, but he is wounded.
Yeah, he's fucked.
And pretty much bleeds out, ends up dying.
Yeah, and he dies.
Dude, it's such a dark story. Like, this story did not let up at all. It was like super duper sad. But at the end, you get to see them all.
Yeah, Mikey. They're all together. Splinter's there. Casey Jones are all. Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Wander New York City. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The cool thing was at the very end, uh, Casey Marie. That's her name.
Okay.
It went to a clip of her, and she's raising 4 turtles.
Oh snap!
Yeah, the last clip of the book. So
Cool. That's
yeah,
yeah.
then it cut off at there. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So it
You
kind
just,
of left something open, but yeah, who knows?
yeah, it just leaves it open. It leaves it.
Yeah.
Does it lead to another wave of them, or is it just something like she can use that to like cope?
Yeah.
It leaves it open. You just leave it alone. It's left
Yeah,
open,
that's
and
cool.
leave it alone. You
Yeah.
money hungry bastards, just leave it alone. So, cool story. It was a cool story.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun reminiscing on everything.
Yeah, but
Um,
it's really cool comic. It takes some time to read it, but the art in it is awesome.
it's brutal looking.
It looks so
Brutal.
cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, you'll get a definite kick out of that if you can purchase it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're you're somewhat of a fan or whatever, just like comics in general, it's a good one, and a lot of people are really hoping. Apparently, there was a rumor a while ago that there was a game in development for this.
For the Last Ronin.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Um,
Oh my God! You imagine that like on a PS5 or something?
it would sell like crazy.
Ooh,
I think it
man.
would be really cool. Even just like an animated movie. It's hard to say like an animated movie because usually like I think of like DC and Marvel, they make
Mm.
straight to DVD. I say DVD. I guess now I can say like straight to streaming
Yeah,
movies and stuff, and they should probably just. Dude, I think they should really capitalize on it if they do it right.
I think that would be cool.
Do it right.
Yeah, that would be
Don't
cool.
don't cheapen it. Don't weaken it. Don't anything. Go for it. Go
Yeah.
for it
You
right.
ever played like the God of War series or any of those?
Not really. Not
Okay,
huge
so
on
if
that.
they made it kind of like that perspective, I
Uh huh.
think that would look sweet.
Yeah.
That would look badass.
Yeah, dude. I just saw an article before I got in here that there was a The Rock is wanting to do God of War, and
What?
dude, I like The Rock. I do. I but I kind of want him to fuck off for a little bit and go away.
He's
Like
not I don't know.
he doesn't have the star pull
He's
as he
not a
thinks he
Kratos.
does.
He's just
You know what I mean? Like I really think like he's like, oh, I'm in DC now. The hierarchy's gonna change, and it didn't.
you were in one DC movie and it didn't do good.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I don't think you have the pull that you think you do. Dude, he's a super
Yeah.
nice guy. I enjoy a lot of
Yeah.
his work.
Yeah.
Like he's cool in a lot of stuff, but I'm like, dude, just chill. You don't have to be in everything. Just chill for a little bit. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't even see him in Gods of War. It wouldn't even make sense to me. It doesn't look good. Like doesn't
That'd be cool. I actually remember reading that last year that they're talking about making a live action movie.
they
I thought that
should.
was
It's a
sweet.
cool story.
And there's a shit ton of storylines they could go off to.
Yeah, and if if
No.
there's a ton of storylines they can go off, they should probably follow the footsteps of The Witcher. Just do a
Mhm.
series. It might
They'd
work.
probably be better off. Yeah. Then you can just drag it out.
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes when you do movies, like it's funny, um, like when people are like, "Oh, they should make an Invincible movie." I'm like, dude, that story is
No,
fucking
dude.
huge. There's no
Dude,
way.
I'm happy with the series.
Yeah, I was like, there's
That's
no
a
way you can
badass
make a
series,
movie
dude.
with that. You'd need.
God,
Dude,
it's so
you couldn't even
badass.
do like a trilogy. Like it would. It's a huge story. Have you read the whole line?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, it's a massive story. And if you were to try to fit this into like a 2.5 hour movie, you would rob everybody
Yeah.
of some awesome stuff. Oh yeah, it would. Yeah, it wouldn't be good. There's some stuff that should be series, but man, you better hope you have a big following because it's gonna be expensive. You know, so gonna be pretty interesting. But yeah, the turtle stuff. I'm kind of glad that they made something for the adults finally, but
hmm
I don't. I don't know what this new Turtles movie's gonna do. There's a lot of people that are
Yeah.
excited. There's a lot of people that are kind
I
of
like the art
whatever.
to it. With Spider-Man, with the Spider-Verse series and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, it's got a similar look to it. I kind of say, the art, it almost looks like paint strokes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool looking. I think it's cool, but yeah, we'll see. I mean,
It's
yeah,
something I'd probably take my kids to go see,
I'm
but
definitely gonna take my kids. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not like thrilled, but then again, I'm like a middle-aged man, so I can't get too worked up over it. You know.
You see that, kids? You see that, guys?
Yeah. Come on, guys, we're going. But I don't like turtles. We're going.
Shut up, old man.
Yeah.
Who said that? Who the fuck said
Yeah.
that?
Who said that? Who's about to get a sigh up their ass?
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, I'm in full cosplay at 1:00 in the afternoon at the movie theater. Yeah. You're too fat to be a turtle. Fuck you, kid.
Yeah. Hey, breathing's heavy. This fucking costume's heavy.
Yeah.
It's really tight on me. Can't
Yeah.
breathe right now.
My wife's like, Ryan, take the Casey Jones mask off. Like, no.
It's the only thing that fits me.
Yeah. Stop being a dick, Britt. Instead of trying to shove
that's awesome.
popcorn between the mask and my mouth. Like, this is cool.
Just break it as you're pushing it through.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Ryan, take the mask off. My name's Casey. I'm Casey Jones. Super serial about this.
I gotta.
Yeah, my daughters looked at, like, they saw the trailer and they're like, Dad, do you like turtles? I said, yeah, I do. And she's like, I don't know if I like turtles. They're scary. And I was like, holy shit. Dude, I got a fun.
Yeah, I guess. Actually, thinking about that, my kids haven't really experienced anything because the two that came out, like the first one, the Michael Bay movies, if that's what you want to go off of. I mean, my daughter was just born that year, so my son was only a couple years old.
Yeah.
And then even the second one, I mean, again, they're only a few years old, 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think my son was about 5-ish. So it's like they really haven't experienced an actual Turtles. Well, I should make them watch our Turtles.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
There hasn't been, like I said, like, dude, it was a phenomenon. Like, it was, God, was it huge. I mean, it was like, I can't even really explain it. It was, no pun intended, it was fucking mayhem. I mean, it was turtles,
really, right?
everything. And I can't even think of another child, like, maybe Pokemon was just as
Pokemon
big.
got really big. That was in the later mid-90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing you could really compare it to.
I can't think of another franchise.
That went strong for about 3-4 years. Like I said,
I guess you could say the Power
fifth,
Rangers.
sixth grade to like 8th grade, and then after that, yeah. Well, yeah, Power Rangers. Actually, I'd probably put that right next to
For those 3 years, Power Rangers were
was it
fucking
early
huge.
90s, like 93, 94-ish maybe. But yeah, they did get really big.
I remember to
really
this
big.
day, I remember this. I looked my mom dead in the eye, and I was like, I will never grow out of the Power Rangers. And she laughed with her friend. She's like, "You will, hon, you will." And it was like 4 months later. I was like, "Yeah, I'm done with Turtles. I'm done with Power Rangers."
Power Rangers, yeah.
You know,
We used to play that on recess when we were back in like 3rd or 4th grade.
Yeah, honey, Power Rangers
be the
on.
Red Ranger,
Shut
I'll
up,
be White
Mom. I'm
Rangers.
listening to my Limp Bizkit CD now. Like, it was just like,
I used to get pissed off when you couldn't be the White Ranger or anything. Oh, yeah, you can be the Green Ranger. Oh, the Green Ranger is a White Ranger. You can't be both at the same time.
yeah. God.
Oh, God. I'm not playing now. Stupid.
Yeah,
That was fun.
I remember my brother fucking broke my Power Ranger toy. Oh, I'll never forget that. Like, dude, he broke my Black Ranger. We had 2 toys because that's all you could find. That's how big this was. We had 2 toys. We had the Black Ranger and the Red Ranger. My brother got the Red Ranger for Christmas, and I was fucking pissed. Because this was before the Green and White Ranger, so the Red Ranger was a shit. So he broke my Black Ranger. My parents made him give me the Red Ranger. And he's holding it. And he's daring me. He said, I'll break it. I said, go ahead, Eric. Because I thought he'd never do it. And a desk chair was right there. And he's holding this fucker just in the air. He's like, I'll do it. I said, go ahead. No, you won't. Dude, he brought that fucking guy down onto the back of that desk chair and busted the arm off. And I just stood there in fucking shock that my brother could be so fucking ice cold. Ice fucking cold.
If I can't have him, no one will have him.
No remorse, no. And I was just like, and you couldn't fix these toys because they were so movable and shit. And I was just like,
That's awesome.
I'm like 8 years old, freaking out.
Oh,
And
that's so cool.
yeah, I never got a new one ever again.
Oh,
Ever again. I think this is the first time I've spoken about that in like 25 years.
that's funny.
And I know he's gonna be listening to this and just be like, "Yup."
Goddamn right.
Yeah, man, you shouldn't have fucked with me, Ryan.
Right.
God, that was fun. This was a fun, nostalgic episode.
It was.
Yeah.
God, lots of memories. Lots and lots of memories,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's some good shit. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Should we wrap this one up? Keep this one a little shorter than the last episode?
Yeah. Last one was 2 hours almost, so we got some time.
Dude, we were on a roll that last episode.
It didn't feel like 2 hours, but it was.
Yeah. Well, I know we got done, and I went upstairs. My wife's like, "That was a really long one." I was like, "It was." There was no denying that one.
Oh, that was a lot of vodka, the last bit of it.
Kind of settled at the bottom, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, this Foster's was ridiculous. Like, this thing is absolutely huge.
I know. It's pretty good, though, huh?
You know what? It is. I would put, if I want like a lager, I would put this above a lot of them. Like a lot of them. I found this to be very good. It was a good,
it was
a good
good.
beer. It's a nice.
Might actually get those the next time I see my grandpa, which I think is going to be in a couple days.
Cool.
So. Yeah. Actually, the first time I ever had that was with him.
Oh, no shit?
So, yeah.
You tell him I said hi.
Yeah, we'll do.
I'll never forget. He was a loser. Like
yeah.
Papa. I was with him, man.
Is he calling me a loser too?
Yeah. What's going on, Papa? You mad right now?
Yeah,
so
that's great.
But he was so proud of you.
Yeah, no. Different story now.
Yeah, that shit.
Different story.
Yeah, that shit's funny. So what do you think? What do you want to tease for the next episode?
I don't know. I was actually thinking that.
Dude, I want to dig into the electric vehicles. We can nerd out on that one for a little bit. See the pros and cons, where we think it's gonna head. And I really, dude. So it's kind of weird on our What's Up Man Facebook page. I, for some reason, just started. I think it was the whale stuff, and there's a ton of science shit that just started popping up. And I was like, wow, this shit's really fucking cool.
Dude, speaking of the whales real quick, there is this incidents in Scotland and Chile now.
Taking out boats?
I don't know. I just remember hearing something earlier. I think it was on MSN cruising around, and they said something about orcas in Scotland and Chile. I didn't click on them. I should have opened up the article.
Let's go back on that. We'll go back on that.
Okay.
That's interesting.
We'll check that out again.
Yeah, but a lot of space stuff started popping up.
Oh, yeah.
And, dude, the more I find out about space, it is so scary. I'm like, holy shit, like, no. But one article I wanted to touch on was, we'll get more in depth with this later, but this fucking black hole. Usually when a star sucks in a black hole, it spits it back out like simultaneously. So there's a streak of light. They call it spaghetti strands. So as the star is going in, it gets regurgitated right away in a strand. So it swallows it and it's kind of spitting it out at the same time. This fucking black hole didn't do that. It swallowed this goddamn star and years later sent it out in several strands. They call it a burp.
So weird.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna look more into it. But as these people were talking about it, I was like, that's fucking
Space
weird.
is crazy, dude. You know, this cool thing. My son he's going into middle school next year, and they offer a space class.
Really?
It's space and flight.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's a STEM class. So I was like looking at it. I was like, oh, that sounds sweet. I go, which class did you sign up? He goes, well, space and flight. I was like, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Dude, there was one. It was a short little video. This girl was talking about burping in space. For astronauts, they're like, we burp because the gravity pulls our food down and the air comes up.
Oh.
Dude, it doesn't happen in space like that.
Oh, dude.
So you burp solids. So if you eat, you like, you know, just like burp puking. Like I was like,
No
what
way.
the fuck is that? Like, ugh. Like, cause you,
Oh, that's weird.
dude, I'd be very careful with the shit I
weird.
ate. Like, hey Ryan, what'd you
Imagine
have?
shitting.
Spaghetti? Burp it up and all these noodles.
We're gonna have Thai tonight.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
great thing, Phil. We'll take the tie out of this.
Why are you in the bathroom so long? Don't come in here.
Yeah.
It's all over the goddamn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch it.
It's everywhere. Ryan, why are you going to the bathroom? Got to burp. Got to burp. It's gonna be a fucking mess.
It's gonna be safe on this one.
Yeah. I was like, that is
Nice,
the
dude.
most horrible thing I've ever heard. Like, no fucking thanks. That's not in the science books in 9th grade.
Hell no, was it?
But yeah, it's
That's
pretty
cool.
It's pretty wild. But yeah, we'll
Yeah,
dive into a bunch of
we'll
subjects.
see. We'll
next
see
week.
what happens. You know, there's gonna be a lot of stuff we'll probably touch on.
I guess we'll bullshit our way through some science topics that we know nothing about and just piss off a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. In a star, it's a big ball of gas.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So let me explain this black hole for you real quick. You know, it's funny. To wrap it up, my brother listened to the Futurama and King of the Hill episode.
oh yeah.
He said he almost lost his voice because he was like yelling at the radio all the shit we couldn't name. Like,
Oh damn it.
like he's like,
Yeah.
dude. When I was like, yeah, and Fry was like on that scooter. He's like, Scooty Puff Jr. Damn it!
Oh
Say
my
it."
god.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was naming off all this stuff because
Well, we can have him on the show.
yeah. Well, what
do
was
it.
funny is he was talking, and the DVDs that I mentioned that you got me before you took off for the Marines, when he moved out to Grand Rapids before I did, I let him have those to watch. Because I was like, dude, you're gonna have nothing. You know, things are fine. Like, you can take it off. This is before streaming. Like, dude, Netflix was coming in the mail. That's the time.
Dude, do you
period.
remember that?
Yeah,
I used to get Netflix in the mail.
yeah. You know how fucking old and senile I feel. Like when I explain it to people. Like,
We used to get it in the mail.
yeah, dude, I got a disc. It's fucking scratched. I gotta send this bitch back and wait another week.
I know, right?
You know, so
Can't wait till that next movie
yeah,
comes.
so my brother is like an expert, and he's like naming off all the stuff that we didn't name off.
Dude, it's schedule a video with
Yeah,
him then.
yeah.
We'll get him in this.
Yeah, we need to get him on.
We'll figure, ask him about it topics, see what topic he wants to come on.
Yeah.
We'll run with it.
Yeah, I'm jealous of him because, dude, he just hears things once or sees things once, and he learns it so much
He's
better.
one of those people, huh?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it was
I know
funny.
that.
Like, he said he was just naming off all this stuff. And he's telling me, and I'm like, damn it. You know, like, I can only imagine so many other people like these fucking guys.
Yeah, no, I bet there is a lot of them, but hey, you know what?
It's all good. We're not, we've said it before. We're not experts on anything. We're just a couple of guys talking. And if you guys want to grill us, dude, where's our
Grill
Facebook
us.
page? You guys can fry us on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
It's all good. But yeah, it was just kind of
We'll
funny.
take it.
Quick story I wanted to share for you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess next episode we'll nerd out a little more. Unless something else pops up that's we luck out and it's a current
Yeah, we'll see what comes up in next week.
current topic. Yeah. So all right. Well, that's all I got to say about that. So again,
famous line.
we're on Facebook. Want to say hi. We had a lot of followers come up on the Facebook page. I sent out a message earlier today saying hi to everyone. So really cool. Welcome to the podcast. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, love it.
Like I said, we're gonna have chapters from now on throughout. So if there's something you don't want to hear us talk about, that's cool. Skip
We'll
ahead.
skip through it.
And do that. So yeah, we're on Facebook. Instagram is working beautifully.
It is. Finally.
Yeah, and Twitter.
Twitter's going strong.
Yep. So come check us out. Get interactive with us. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Growing slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But reach out to us. We'll reach back out. Do what we can, and we'll go from there. And
All right.
that, ladies and gentlemen, has been episode 10
Until next time, my friends.
See you later.